Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Chess Puzzle Warrior, where I'm trying to solve chess puzzles for 100 days. Today is day 15, and today I plan to move a little bit slower. Yesterday I moved a little bit too fast, and I ended up making a lot of mistakes. So today I intend to take some time, calculate, double check before I move, and ensure that I'm playing the correct move. Also, please watch up till the end of the video, as I will have a quick update of the candidates tournament, and I will see who is leading and have a bit of a chat about it. Also, I've been having some issues with my audio. Someone commented that there's a lot of feedback or static noise. I'm trying to fix it. I don't know whether on this video there'll be that noise, but hopefully I've tried to change some things here and there. Hopefully that helps, and I'm also hoping that with time I'll manage to raise some money to buy a good setup to be recording the videos. Okay, so for this one I think I should take, yeah. And I'm up at 10 of material. This is a simple checkmate in one. I could give a check there, but the knight will simply capture. So how about I remove the defender? So remove the defender. What happens if I give a check there? So right now the king can go there. The bishop is covering that square. The king can move forward. Okay, let's do these. Give a check. If the king goes back, let me use different colors. If the king goes back, I give another check there. And the king now can come there. But if they come there now, the bishop comes in. Don't rush, don't rush. I need to take my time. I need to see the entire line before I move on. Sometimes I just see the first move and move along. But in this case, I need to see everything before I decide where to go. So give a check. So let's see all the possible king moves. The king can go there. 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 So there are 4 possible moves. So let's deal with the first one. Okay, if they go there, how do I continue? I think I give a check there. Since now the queen is supported by this bishop. In this scenario, the king has only one legal move. So they go there. After they go there, I think I give another check now with the bishop. Force them to go down. The queen comes there with another check. The king goes there. And then queen b5, and this will be mate. Okay, so that line leads to mate. Okay, what if they go there? If they go there, I give another check there. The king goes there. Now I give a check there with the bishop. The king goes there, and okay. Black to move. This is an endgame, and they say play the endgame like a machine, which basically means that you have to be precise. You cannot afford to make the wrong move in the endgame, because one loss of tempo and you're done. You're done. In these pawn races, so if I take, they take, and now we have a pawn race. I push, they push. I push, they push. I push, they push. I queen. Okay, but they also queen. But what I need to see is that at the end of the line, I can give a check there. And this is a skewer. And now the queen that the newly promoted queen, I can simply capture it. So let's go, let's go. So push, They had to do that. And now they are down a tempo, and I'm going to queen first. This is checkmate in one. Am I missing something? I don't think so. So let's go. Okay. Give a check there. This is it. Checkmate in one. Give a check there. If the pawn takes, the queen takes with a check, the king retreats. Not takes really. Check. The pawn takes. I can't give a check there. I can give a check there. So there. Takes. I capture there with a check, and this is checkmate. Check. The king goes there. Mate. Checkmate into. This is the tactical motif that I always talk about every single day, because I solve it like twice every single day. Give a check, force the king to move, sacrifice, then there. So let's go. Check, check, mate. Give a check there. The knight has to block. I capture the knight with a check. The king moves forward. I think this is enough for the puzzle to end. So check, check. Okay. The puzzle state goes in. Not there. There. Check. After that check, where will the king go? Of course, the king will come forward either there, there, or there. And then I can capture the bishop. Then they give a check there. I move. So after all is said and done, they'll also capture the rook in the corner. I'll have a rook, a knight, and a queen. And this is the equal material. Is there any other better move? Check. Then tick. Then check. Okay, let's go for these. Yeah. Capturing the queen is first. I have to capture the queen. Then I have this passed pawn. Push, push, push. The question is, can the king stop it? So now we have to do the square, the queen in square. And the queen is outside the square. So basically, if you are a beginner, you need to run about the queen in square. So let's do. And there is no way the king is going to stop that pawn from promoting. This is another common pattern. This is called deflection. We are deflecting the king away from defending the queen. So we give a check. If they come forward to keep defending, we come back and give another check. And we're going to win the queen at the end of the line. Give a check, and there we go. For most of us, I think the first move that comes to mind is to go there. And we think this is checkmate. Actually, if you're playing over the board, in many cases, you'll play queen b2 and you'll say checkmate. Only for your opponent to say, this is not checkmate, I can capture the queen with my knight. So you need always to be careful, always check what the pieces are doing. This knight might look as if it's not doing anything. But in reality, this knight is it's protecting the square. But the good thing is that you can also give a check there. So don't be in a rush to play there, as this will be a fatal mistake. Instead, go to a1. The other thing that you need to learn is that in chess, sometimes you don't have to play a move that's a check or a move that wins material right away, but you can play a move that threatens. That, like in this case, I can play Queen h3. This threatens checkmate, and there's no way to stop it. Black does not even have an option of giving up material to prolong the game. This is another common checkmate pattern, the king and the rook combination. Give a check there, the rook is forced to block, and then I simply capture the rook. So there you go. White to move. So my first instinct is to give a check there, but the issue is that the queen is covering that square. So we have to look for another check, but I can give a check with the bishop. If I give a check with the bishop, the king is forced to move forward, and then I simply capture this pawn, capture there. I think I have discovered a check. What if we move the knight there with the check? Check. If the pawn takes, I give a check there with the queen. The king is forced to go to the corner, and the rook captures. This is mate. After that check, if the king goes to the corner, this is even easier as is checkmate into. So to prolong, they had to capture the knight. What if I simply play there? Check. Sorry about the arrows. I'm trying to use different colors. So for myself, I'm trying to use these. I think it's orange. And for my opponent, I'm trying to use, I think it's red. Okay. So go there, threaten checkmate. What can they do? What can they do? I don't see any way to stop the checkmate. So let's go. Check. The bishop takes. Check. As then the rook is supported by this knight, so check. The king has to go to the corner. The bishop comes in. So check. Check. Mate. Give a check. This is another common motif. Now they can't move the king. If they move the king, this is checkmate into. So after this check, the best response is to block with the pawn. So they push the pawn forward. I capture the pawn. They take back. I take the rook. There we go. This is a similar puzzle that I solved like 2 puzzles ago. The only difference is that I'm doing it on a different side. And in this case, they have an option of prolonging the game, but they're only prolonging the inevitable. Because after this move, I'm threatening checkmate, and the only way to prolong it is to give a check there. After that, I take, they take with another check, I take, and yeah, this is it. Check with check. The king takes back. I got the mate. Okay, so let's go for it. Let's go for. Capture with the check. Going, if the king goes to f1, this is a huge blunder, as this will be checkmating. The next move will be checkmate. So after I capture, there's no way the king is going to f1. The other option is to go to d1. If they go to d1, how do we proceed? If they go to d1, now I can capture the knight with a discovered check. So discovered check, the rook now is given a check, and I'm also targeting this guy. So this makes sense. So let's go. Capture with a check. The rook takes back. Give a check there. The king goes to the corner. Yeah. So check, check. The first instinct is to grab the pawn with a check, and most of us will assume that the king will automatically go to the corner. But the king does not have to go to the corner in this case. They can simply block with the bishop. So we need to calculate this variation, as this is a bit more tricky. What if they block with the bishop? If they block with the bishop, how do we proceed? Okay, I have the option of going to f3 and threatening checkmate on the next move. But now the issue is that my opponent can simply give a check there. So the rook gives a check. After the rook gives a check, I take with the bishop. The queen takes with another check. And in this case, where is my king going? The king goes to the corner. After the king goes to the corner, they can simply come back there with another check. And I feel like my opponent will get away with the perpetual checks. Once the queen lands on c7, this square, and my queen is here, I might be having checkmate on the next move, but there's no way my opponent is going to allow me to get out of checks. They just keep checking with the queen. So I have to take that into account when I'm considering the next move. I also have the option of simply capturing the bishop with a check. Check. The king takes. Again, if I check, the rook comes there with a check. If I go back, the queen comes in. This one is a bit tricky. I think I see what I'm missing. All my moves have to be checks. Otherwise, my opponent gets away with perpetual checks. So give a check. Of course, they block with the bishop. I push the pawn with a check. So let's go. Check, they block, push the pawn with a check. The king can capture as the pawn is protected by the rook. The king has to go to the corner. Once the king goes to the corner, I go there. So let's go. Push the pawn. Again, the bishop could not have moved back as it was pinned. And I'll give a checkmate there. Those are some of the things that we tend to overlook. And you assume that you're having a winning game. Then your opponent plays a move and it totally gets you off guard. So give a check there. Where is the king going? The king can go there. The king can go there. The king can go there. Yeah, this is it. Capturing the rook looks so tempting. So bishop takes rook. Then what? How do we continue from there? Let's first do some material count, see who's up material, whether we are equal. So the queen and the queen cancel out. This rook and this rook and this rook cancel out. And my mouse is misbehaving. So So my opponent is up an entire rook. How many pawns do I have? I have 5 pawns. My opponent also has 5 pawns. So the number of pawns is even. Okay. So if I take and they take back, I'm simply up and no, they're still up material. But now instead of being down a rook, I'll be down a bishop. So how do we proceed from here? If I take, the rook simply takes back. Okay. I don't see any other forcing move in this situation. If I give a check there, I simply check. So what if I take, queen takes, give a check, the king goes to the corner. How do I proceed from there? And also there's this threat. I can simply give a check there, and after I block with the bishop, that's the only legal move they simply take back. This one it's a bit tough. But I have a feeling that there's something I'm missing. So what am I missing? What am I missing in this position? I have a feeling that there's something that I'm overlooking. There must be a tactical motive that I'm not seeing yet. And even if I take there, they can even take there. Okay. Taking the queen does not feel like it's the right move. Okay, let's consider something crazy. Sometimes in this position you have to go crazy. So what happens if I take there? Take with a check. The king has to take back, of course. After the king takes back, now I play it there. Taking advantage of the fact that now the rook is pinned, the rook can't move. So what happens then? Let's assume the queen takes, I take, and then the next move I take there with the check. But I don't have to do that, so let's go. Take, king takes, the rook comes there. They move the queen. Let's assume they move the queen even all the way there. I take there with a check. Check. The king simply goes back. So how do I proceed? How the king goes back? How do we proceed? How do we proceed? This puzzle is not supposed to be this hard. There is something that I'm missing. queen takes. Check. King goes to the corner. Take. Check. King takes. Check. The king goes back to the corner. What have we achieved? Nothing. What am I missing? What am I missing? There is a bigger picture that I'm not seeing. So I need to take my time and take some time and check, 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 check. If I move the rook there, I can even actually just give a check there. And after I take, the queen takes. What am I missing? What am I missing? Let me double check this line again. It showed some hope. Check. The king has to take. Move there. Attack the queen. The rook can't move as the rook is pinned. So the queen is under attack. Where does the queen go to? So let's assume the queen goes there. If the queen goes there, how do we proceed? We take there with a check. Check. The king can even come forward. King comes forward. No, the king can't come forward. Coming forward, it's too crazy. It's too crazy. So let's assume the king goes where? King goes there. I can't give a follow-up check there. The queen will simply capture. So what can I do? I keep saying that in most of these positions, the simplest move is usually the correct move. So what happens if I just play the obvious move there? Take. Simply take the rook. The queen takes back. So what's the follow-up? How do we continue? Give a check there. Check. And the king moves either to the corner or there. Yeah, this one it's a bit tough. And what if I give the check right away? Right now? Check. Of course, the rook can't take if the rook takes, so check if the rook takes. Check if the rook takes. This is mate, checkmate. So check if the queen takes. Again, I simply take, the rook can't move. I think that's what I needed. That's what I was supposed to realize, that this rook, unless it's given a check, it can't move, it can't capture. So after this check, I have discovered that the rook can't move, so the king has to move, right? And wherever the king moves, so let's assume the king goes there or there. Now I simply capture the rook. Yeah, that's it. It was not that hard, but I was overthinking. So give a check, they check, check, they check. I give another check, they go back. This is simple. My first idea was to go there, but I realized that the pawn can simply capture, and this is the discovered check. And now if I try to go back, what happens? What happens? Because my idea is I want the king to move forward so that it can support the queen in giving a checkmate. So if the king now goes forward there, now I'm threatening checkmate in the next move. What can they do? What can they do? If I give a check there, this does not amount to much. So the king goes forward. Even if they take that, does not help. Prolonging the inevitable. Check. Knight takes. And what if I take there first? Take. They take. Take. They take. I take. The rook goes back to stop the mate. I push this other pawn. That makes a bit of sense. Because if I take and they take back, there is no way I'm promoting either. The knight will stop me. But if I take here, and rook takes, now I can take there back. And if the rook tries to go behind the passed pawn, I can push the other pawn. Yeah? I take. What if they decide to move the rook there? So after I take, they take back, I push. This is a bit tricky. Wow. What happens if I play the queen there? Threaten checkmate in the on the next move. What can they do? What can they do? can play there. Simply take. You can play there. I don't see any valid way to stop the checkmate. All they can do is give up material, but this is just prolonging the inevitable. If they take, they simply take. Yeah. So, okay, they can give a check, but I simply go to the pawn. Give another check there. I take. I capture there. Yeah. Yes, I have to take. If I take with these, I'm done. I'm done. Prolonging the inevitable. White to move, white to move. I have two passed pawns, but they have a bishop, so my king needs to move forward so that I can support the pawns. And if I go this way, the king goes this way. So I have to go forward in such a way that I'm also obstructing my opponent's king. So there. Now I go there. Attack the bishop. The bishop goes there. So let's go there. The bishop retreats there. So the bishop retreats there. I played there. They played there. I played there. So now we can simply move there. Now I push the pawn. Okay, what if I double the rooks? Double the guards. Double the weapons. Double everything. That is one of my favorite lines from Kung Fu Panda. I might look for it and add it there. One of the things that I love about that movie is the quote that one often meets their destiny on the road that they take to avoid it. One often meets their destiny on the road that they take to avoid it. Because Master Shifu did everything to stop, what was the villain's name? The villain from escaping. But the attempts that he took to enhance the security are the same attempt that sabotaged everything. And his name is Tai Long, and gave Tai Long the chance to escape from the prison. The prison where everyone thought that it was impossible to escape. I have watched that movie like a million times, and if I get a chance, I will watch it again and again. Because I feel like its message is timeless. Because no one thought that a panda can be the dragon warrior. Everyone underestimated the panda. And it turned out that the great Oogway knew what he was doing by picking the panda to be the next dragon warrior. This is a check. Simply take and move forward. Let's first concentrate on the game, not talk too much about Kung Fu Panda, because if I start going about Kung Fu Panda, I'll talk about Kung Fu Panda the entire day. I've watched the three movies, and once I get time, I'll also watch Kung Fu Panda 4. Go there, threaten checkmate. What can they do? They can push the pawn, go there, give a check, and win the rook. So let's go. I did not anticipate that move, and I'm very lucky that I still have this move, and I get to win the rook. Okay. These patterns tends to confuse me. It's been a while ever since the last time I solved this tactical motif, but the last time I solved it, I can remember that I messed it up. because I think you're supposed to take, force the king to go to the corner. Now the issue is that how do you continue? Because once you move the rook, it will be a discovered check. But if you move the rook to the wrong square, then that does not work. So let's see. So check, force the king to go to the corner. Then I think I'm supposed to capture this pawn. Now this is the discovered check. The reason I'm capturing this pawn is to make it impossible for them to push. Since if I give a check and the king goes to the corner, and I move a rook anywhere else, then they have the option of pushing the pawn and blocking. So to make it hard for them, I have to take, force the king to go to the corner, then take there. After I take there, the king will come back. Now go back again, give another check. And after that check, now once the king goes to the corner, where am I supposed to move the rook? Because again, I think I need to move the rook, but the rook now needs to stay on the G file, on this file. So let's go move by move, give a check. Check here to eliminate this pawn that can be pushed. Go back. Yeah, that is it, that is it. And that is one of the reasons why after solving the puzzles, you should always go back. If you make a mistake, see where you went from, so that if you face the same puzzle again, you won't keep repeating the mistakes. We learn from our mistakes, but we only learn when we realize where we went wrong. So I think like this one, sometimes after you solve a bunch of puzzles, they give you a break with a simple one, because I think this is check, force the king to go back, then this is mate. They don't want your brain to explode from solving hard puzzles continuously. They give you one or two simple puzzles, then they give you a tough one like this one. But this one, I don't think that it's too tough. I think I just need to double on the second file, threaten checkmate there, but the rook can come back. So if I go there, the rook can go there. And where is the mate? Where is the checkmate? All these squares will be covered. I can also give a check here. So check. If they block, I'll grab the knight. So blocking is not a good idea. And I also need to realize that there is this threat and this threat. Oh, so check. This is another tough one. 1 minute, please. Okay. Let's proceed and see how am I supposed to handle this one. The other thing that I've realized from solving these puzzles is sometimes you see that your opponent has a way of stopping the immediate threat, and don't continue with that line. But in this case, I think there's a continuation. So we go there, we threaten checkmate, of course. We threaten the checkmate there. So they move the rook there. But anytime you move a piece in chess, you have to realize that the position has changed. And things that were possible on the previous position might not be possible on the current position. So like in this case, after we move the rook, now the rook will be occupying the b1 square. That means that the king can no longer go to b1. So in this case, after now we give this check here, where is the king going to? Yeah, I think that makes a ton of sense. And now they can, even if they block, we can simply take. So let's combine the two ideas. So there, they go there. We give a check there. After that check, they have the option of retreating the knight. Okay. After they retreat the knight, we give another check there. Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, they had to sacrifice material. So I think we simply take the rook. They take, we take, check, take. Yeah. So even if you align at the when after evaluating a line for the first chance, if it appears like it's not working, don't abandon it yet. Look for ways to make it work. So in this case, most of us will rush to capture the bishop. But capturing the bishop, I think it's a blunder, because now the queen has access to this square and this is checkmate. So with that in mind, we don't go for the bishop, and we look for ways to first harass the queen. So I think, what should I play there? Attack the queen, force the queen to move. We want the queen to go away from the f file so that we can capture the bishop. The queen can go there, the queen can go there. And we also attacking the c, is it c? c2 square. So let's go. Yeah, they had to do that. I think I simply take. Now again, should I go for the check or should I attack the bishop first? That's the question. I think I should attack the bishop first. Attack the bishop. The bishop goes there. I take with the check. The bishop takes. The reason I want to move the rook is because I want a scenario where even if they capture the rook, I have a chance to capture back some material. So yeah. Okay, I think I have a discovered attack. What happens if I simply retreat the rook there? Now I'm attacking the other rook. So if I go there, the bishop can take. So I have to realize that. So if I go there, the bishop can take my rook. I take there with the check. The king moves forward. I take there. Yeah, that makes sense. What else? What else can I do? Moving the knight, it's not a good idea because they'll simply take. So I think moving the rook is the best move there. If they give a check, we again block. Yeah. Check with the check. Now should we take? Oh no, I can't give a check here. Can't give a check there because the bishop will simply retreat. So take there first. Check. The king has only one Lego move there. Check. They push the pawn. So they push the pawn. I come back with a check. The king goes there, attacking my rook. This one it's a bit tough. But I strongly believe that this is the right first move. And what if after they come here, what if I give a check here? Check. Of course, if they go back, these are common tactical motif. This will end in mate. I'll simply go that way. Okay, let me explain properly. Instead of explaining, I ended up having a mouse slip. Okay, we move on. So check them. And the queen comes back. There is a check. I block. Where is the threat? I need to be careful. I don't want to make another mouse slip. I need to be careful. I misclick. Okay. How about this check? If they check, the queen takes, and this leads to mate. So after this check, the best defense is to move the king. So the king moves there. After the king moves there, I think I simply again take there. Check. Set up a discovered attack. Block and give check. Check. And at the end of the line, I'm up a piece. So there. Push. The threat is obvious. I want to go there. But after I push there, I can capture. There is a check. I take back. And the threat remains if they push. I think I'm starting to get tired. The other thing about chess is that fatigue is real, and once you get tired, it becomes very hard for you to calculate. And I think that sometimes these puzzles can be unfair because you solve the easy puzzles when you're fresh, when you're not tired, and you solve the hard puzzles when you're tired, and when your calculation, it's hard for you to see everything. Okay, but let me stop making excuses. Continue. Give a check there. Force the king to go to the corner. After the king goes to the corner, capture the bishop with a check. The queen takes. Capture the rook with a check. Oh, sorry. So check. The king goes to the corner, right? I don't take. I think I clean out the bishop there. Attack the queen and also threaten to go there. Yeah. Because if the queen takes, I simply capture the bishop and that's mate. So that's a tricky move. but I can simply capture, check. I can also give a check here. But if I give a check there, the queen takes, I take with the check, the bishop blocks. So I'll end up losing the queen. So first, eliminate this bishop. Let's eliminate this bishop. It's okay, it's okay. Let's check out the solutions. So for this one, I think I had already seen the moves. The only issue is that okay, let's just move. That was it. Okay, let's check out this other one. Check, check. I think at this point is where I'm supposed to push the pawn. It's like I'm obsessed with pushing the pawn. Okay, the final one. Check. What's going on? What is happening? Check. Ah, if they block now, I simply check. Okay. Okay. Now for the update about the candidates. So far, I think they have played three rounds, and here you can see the results. So at the moment, Gukesh is leading the tournament with 2 points. Nepo also has 2 points. Fabiano has 2 points. With 1.5 is Vidit and Prague. Firusha, Hikaru, and Nijat all have 1 point. But it's still too early to tell who is going to emerge out on top. So we'll have to wait and see. I watched Hikaru's recap, and one of the things that he said is that at the moment it's still too early, and the games that decide who is going to win the game are the games that are played after the second half of the tournament. So today we also have 4 other games. Hikaru will be playing Prague. That will be an interesting game. Prague is playing very interesting chess. He has partnered with Peter Swindler. I think that is his name. And yesterday he managed to defeat Vidit. So let's see how things are going to turn out tomorrow. Let me check so that I don't trick you. So for the first round, all the games ended in a draw, as you can see. For the second round, Prague lost to Gukesh, and Hikaru also lost. Nepo won and Fabiano won. So for the second round, all the games were decisive. There was no single draw. For that round that was played yesterday, only one game was decisive, the game between Vidit and Prague, the one that I was talking about. So today we have another game. There will be a game between Hikaru and Prague, Nepo and Vidit, Fabiano and Gukesh, Nijat and Firusha. So let's see how these games will turn out. Then tomorrow it will be a rest day. So again, tell me who you are supporting, who you are rooting for the candidates. Okay, see you tomorrow for day 16.